And we are alive. More alive than you have ever seen us before. We are the Crafty Boys, and we drink beer. Beer that only we can access. You can't have it. You will have to live vicariously through us as we... Oh, crap, I forgot my bottle.
That, I was going to say that that's logical. Let's pretend that Shane is there. I'm going to say it anyway. I'm going to be like, that's logical, Captain. Yeah. You got to do the eyebrow. You got to do the...
Yes, you do have to do the eyebrow.
Can you do the eyebrow?
Can I do the eyebrow?
That is logical, Captain.
I can do the eyebrow.
Captain, I suggest taking the ship at warp speed into the Kralon Nebula and looking for beer. It is logical.
What about all that equipment we have on board for looking for gaseous anomalies? And they find us three floating through space. Yeah, that's Shane. That's Alan.
Hey, are we gonna drink beer?
I don't know. Are we gonna drink beer? Oh, hey, that's what the show's about.
Holy, what? Nobody told me about no beer.
All right. So, what is the beer today, boys? Who picked this one? I have no idea.
It was Dave.
Jesus, I was actually starting to think, oh crap, did Dave actually die off? Like, what's going on?
Well, actually, for the past 30 seconds, my screen has been completely frozen. I haven't been able.
Oh, okay. So you were silent for a reason. This is the beer right here. It's got the Broken Desolation logo.
Broken Resolutions, not Broken Desolation.
What did I say? Oh, Broken Resolution, not broken. I read that Desolation. I don't know why. Which is actually another good beer name. Yeah. So, Dave, you picked this beer. Explain why.
'Cause monkeys.
So this is basically a completely chosen by the artwork.
Actually, no, because it's not one of their better labels.
All right. I'm pouring it.
However,
there's my pour.
I'm a sucker for cherry. Even though I know
oh my God.
the chances of this having cherry flavor are slim to zero.
Okay, so I'm actually going to look up here. Dave, give us the rundown on all the IBUs and everything else.
I like the color. The color is cherry, cherry-like for sure. So, okay, what are we looking at here? We are looking at an 8.5 ABV. So that's actually kind of strong.
All right. Well, this, just to give you all a sort of rundown, the Baltic Porter, which this beer is a very high alcohol yet sweet, robust porter that, of course, originated, surprise, in the Baltic states. It reflects both the character of the original British porters, and the character is of a sweeter, highly alcoholic Russian Imperial Stout. So basically, Latvia, Estonia, Lithuania, and apparently also in Poland and Finland and parts of Russia, this porter has been around since the 18th century. However, the higher alcohol content and sweet malty character shares much in common with a more robust Russian Imperial Stout. They were largely forgotten, according to this spelling error on this website. Were largely forgotten in the West until the fall of the Iron Curtain in the late 80s, when craft brewers reintroduced the style. Full-bodied, smooth, aged alcohol warmth, sweet, malty, roasted flavor that stops short of burnt. Medium to low bitterness, dark fruits, caramel, toffee, and currant flavors. Currant spelled completely wrong. Adding to the complexity. Medium to high carbonation, and traditional beer from countries bordering the Baltic Sea. A cross between a cross between English porters. And it's the same text, pretty much, just in a different paragraph, and completely rewritten, except for the last little bit. Rich malty sweetness.
Very logical.
Blah, 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 blah. I better drink the damn thing. So here we go.
Now, what's really cool on the bottle here, parallel 49, and I'm going to say this right now, my connection is really, really laggy, and I lose like whole chunks of the conversation here. So if I suddenly go silent or whatever, that's why.
Okay.
So
Well, we don't
you
listen
can
to you
hear me.
anyway.
But essentially, what they listed on the bottle is all the different hops and everything that they use.
Peanut Gallery. Come here and get it. Peanut Gallery is coming to get their collection. Now, basically, oh, wait, I was going to read the bottle. I'm looking at the screen going, oh, I'll read it off the bottle. No. The wagon didn't wait. Wait, no, what? Hello. The wagon didn't want you to take off. No, I can't even read this. Holy crap. That's it. My eyes are gone, boys. It's time to retire. Where I'm trying to find the hop list? No, I can't find anything. But anyway, basically, this is like a bunch of beer, and it tastes like cherry. Dave, because you're the one that picked it, and Alan has now dropped off the call. Tell me why you are excited for this one, and what your initial reaction is.
I am excited was excited for this one because cherry. I'm a sucker for cherry.
Okay, that's the only reason.
That is the only reason.
So,
well, and I do like me some porters, I find.
Okay.
And so I thought this would be a good one. And we haven't done 49 for a little while, I don't think, right?
That's a good question. I could open up the fancy spreadsheet, but
not that it matters too much.
Yeah.
But I thought it was a relatively safe one because I didn't remember doing any parallel 49 in a little while. So I thought, yeah, I'll be okay. But the biggest one was cherry.
So the cherry component, is that the biggest attraction to what you like about it? Or is it the style of beer? Is it
what's the style? I like porters. But it was the fact that it was cherry flavored. I really wanted to give it a shot. That was what the excitement was about. And it's got a cherry look to it. Don't you think? I know that sounds weird, a cherry look. What the hell's a cherry look? Well, this has it.
That has the cherry look.
Yeah.
What am I trying to bring Alan back in, by the way. He just dropped off.
If I was drinking a cherry soda, it would look like this. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay. Just hold the fort there, man, because I gotta try and bring Alan back in here again.
Oh, is he saying that he
got kicked off, I guess. So basically, to give everyone kind of an idea what the hell's going on with Alan, not that really anyone should care, nor will most any care anyway. Big windstorm, Vancouver Island, issues with internet, power might go out, that kind of crap. Hold the show there, Alan, while I can try and get him back in here. And do a dance, man. Well done. Well done. Oh my Lord.
So why does he need you? Did the system kick him out?
Can't. I don't know why he got kicked out. I'm just trying to figure out. Well, I've had to send him the link again. It says it's not working. But anyway, so Dave, otherwise beer's great. How's it going, man? What have you been doing for the past week?
I've been busy doing work stuff, business stuff, studying.
What are you studying? What have you been studying, man? Tell us now.
Well, just the hypnotherapy stuff. that well, you know, but probably nobody else does because we almost never talk about our work. But yeah, that's one of that's something I do now, and so to continue to learn stuff and
Oh,
figure new
Alan's
things
internet
out.
is
Is he
offline.
back?
Internet is offline. He can't get in. That's fine.
Oh,
So that's
I wonder if
why.
it's gonna stay off.
Who knows?
Hmm.
Keep on. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. He just sent me a message.
Well, that's about it. Just learning new tools and different ways of working. It's probably not the kind of thing that most people really care about. But that's kind of been my thing.
Right.
What about you? Besides playing your, what the hell was it?
Well, actually, I am doing some cool stuff. But Alan he did send some links. We should talk. Maybe we should. You know what? Maybe we should wait till he comes back if he can. But essentially, yeah, no, I think that for most of what I've been doing lately, trying to get out of this damn house. The next week, or no, sorry, 2 weeks from now, I'll be on a plane going to Florida, where I will be
Okay.
going on a boat to travel around the Caribbean.
Do tell.
That what else to tell? It's a cruise. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I think that it is going. It's probably the first holiday that we've had in 2015, I think.
Yeah, you guys don't
2015.
break very often.
Yeah. This is probably the most boring show ever. This episode sucks because we lost Alan.
Well, we're trying to be in a
Well,
holding pattern
Here's
here.
the thing: you and I talk this way all the time. We actually have these types of conversations. Yo, so what do you do? Oh, I'm working on this stuff, this kind of cool stuff. This show's about stuff. So overall, I'm just gonna bring it back to the beer for a sec. I gotta say this one is actually not too bad. I'm getting definitely the cherry flavor. The sweetness is quite immense. Yeah. I give it a thumbs up. I think that this is totally, totally worthwhile.
Yeah.
And the carbonation is pretty heavy, though. Have you found that?
No.
No.
It is more carbonated, and I guess it's just because I'm not as used to beers as you are.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like more about different types and stuff like that, and so for me, this is just like, oh, okay, this is what it's like. You know what I mean?
Right. Okay,
I guess
to give you a thing, I think Alan is out for the night because his internet is off, completely dead, and who knows? That's okay. So you know what? We're gonna finish that thought. Then I actually want to talk about one of the stories that Alan sent because I'd be curious to know. Well, maybe two of the stories here, but essentially, continue.
All right. Sorry. Oh fuck, where were we? Right. Okay. So now that you've mentioned the carbonation, yeah,
it's pretty heavy.
I'm
like it's actually
noticing
it's quite noticeable. Like it's something that I would not. Oh, geez, I turned my light off. Sorry. But it's kind of a punch in the mouth a little bit, which I like sometimes, but not all the time, and especially I don't know. For a dark like this, like a complete dark like that, I mean, it's not really,
yeah, it's pretty dark.
I don't know. I'm not loving that part of it, but overall, I give it a thumbs up. The cherry flavor is coming through. So let's jump to the first story tonight. The first story is out of the Huffington Post. Don't know why, but the new it's there is a new vibrator that can reportedly order pizza after you orgasm. So somehow the sex toy tracks this. It's called, by the way, the Rub Grub. But yeah, you can actually press a button on it when you're done pleasuring yourself, and a pizza from Domino's will be ordered to your home.
That is just, it's not even weird. It's creepy.
Well, here's their pitch. Masturbation, while ultimately enjoyable, can be a strenuous physical activity during which an individual exerts a lot of energy and burns many calories. Inevitably, once someone has climaxed, they feel lethargic and hungry. So now in order to enjoy your Saturday night, all you need is the Rub Grub device. Get off and get stuffed, all with the quick click of a button. You know what's even scarier? That last January, Pizza Hut did an offer called the top. What is it called? The
Pizza top, I think they called
pizza
it.
top. Yeah, where you could actually press the
Mentions it
top
in the
to
story here.
order
Sorry, pie tops. It says
pie tops. Yeah, so you could actually order a pizza from pressing a button on your shoe. Now, here's the thing. I can't ever agree with a single click of anything to do something else. Because I don't are we really, as a society in North America anyway, really that lazy?
yes.
Do we really well then there you go.
That's my answer to that.
Well, it's even worse because there's a new craft beer hotel in Scotland that will feature beer taps in every room.
That's gonna go well.
An independent craft brewery, Brewdog, will open the Doghouse Hotel in Aberdeenshire. I'm not pronouncing that right. Scotland in early 2019. I'm going to look that up on a map. I'm kind of curious where the hell that is because I want to go. Okay. Yeah, there. It's just outside of Aberdeen. Okay, of course. So there's this new craft brewery. Now, I gotta say, man, I don't know. I mean, as cool as that is, I'm really put off by the I'm really put off by the first one, the Rub Grub. I don't know. I just that is something that I just can't get behind somehow. You know,
for me, what about this security? Okay, so if you're punching a single button, your location is tagged and broadcast.
Right.
Your credit card information is stored in the device, I'm guessing, which is broadcast as well.
Okay.
And there, I guess I'm kind of thinking about what you said with the whole, you've got an issue with anything that's single click to do the job. Well, it makes it too easy for impulse
buying. I suppose. I mean,
but the biggest thing
that
for me
really.
is,
What do you mean?
well, because of the fact that you're giving out your location and you're giving out your credit card information.
Right.
And it's stored on this device, which may or may not be hackable in some way.
You know, that's actually not a terrible thing to be worried about. If you had, oh god, Alan's going to save the show.
I'm back.
We're talking about the rub grub, because we talked about the rub grub, then we mentioned the hotel, the beer hotel, and the beer hotel. It's become a beer hotel.
Well, it is a beer hotel,
but my concern is that have we really become that lazy as a actually not I said society, but I'm kind of down to the human race. And Dave's like, yeah, of course we are. We totally are.
Okay.
So you chime in.
All right. So yes, obviously it's totally a lazy thing, but I don't know. It's kind of cool too. I mean, and the thing is that, I mean, because it's aimed at females, it's considered to be okay. If this was marketed towards guys, it would be seen as like a bit perverse. But women, it's okay. And I'm gonna make a case in point here. So there's a show on CBC called Working Moms. And in the promo ads for this show, it shows a woman in her kitchen and she's looking at the clock. The clock is on the counter there and it says 11:59 a.m. And she's just there. She's there staring at this clock, anticipating it switching to 12. Okay. Finally, it changes to 12 and she's like, yes. And she grabs a bottle of wine, opens it up and starts pouring a drink. Because apparently at 11:59, it was not okay to have wine, but at 12 o'clock, it's absolutely fine. So she pours herself a big glass. She's about to drink it, and her husband walks into the house to surprise her with lunch. She drops the glass. It breaks everywhere. And this is supposed to be funny. So apparently, alcoholism with women is funny and acceptable. And yes, we get that. Oh, yeah, me too. We can relate to it, right? But men who are alcoholics, oh, that's bad. That's bad. No, no, no. So yes, it is lazy, but it's okay.
And we should have equal opportunity alcoholism is what you're saying.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that it just seems like lately, women have had to deal with a lot of shit, and that it's okay to deal with that shit in ways that are not acceptable for a male who would deal with their own shit. You get what I'm saying? Do you understand? Or are you not wanting to touch it with a 10-foot pole?
Oh, I'd be all over that shit.
All right.
I'm just
Shane, what do you think? What do you think? I mean, I'm sorry. I missed the conversation. My internet went down. We're having a bit of a windstorm here. I don't know if that was related to it or not, but a little bit later it came back on and everything is golden now. So whatever. So I'm sorry if I missed something.
Well, no, I was just saying that it is something that I find, I don't know. I'm not a fan of a product like this. Again, I'm not the audience, I guess. But again, I'm really more thinking about the fact that we're creating products now that are not helpful. They're helpful. Sorry?
They can be insidious.
Yeah, they're just kind of like it. I'm not sure what I guess for me, a lot of products, they kind of try to solve a problem, but again,
did the problem even exist?
Is there a problem exist in the fact that I'm hungry after? Although I have to admit, I'm not thinking about food after I've but
yeah. I kind of wonder. I mean, this is maybe not the same thing, but if you look at, say, Amazon Alexa, you got that unit that you can buy. You can set it up on your kitchen counter. I know somebody who has one. It's actually a cool little device, especially if you have it connected to a Spotify account or something like that. And you can just say, Alexa, play this song by this person, and it does. And the speaker is actually pretty high quality, and it's very good at recognizing a wide variety of voices. So if you've got an accent or whatever, it can learn your accent. But where the problem lies is that, and this was in the commercial for the Amazon Alexa product before Christmas, where this woman she's cleaning up a mess. She goes, Alexa, order me some more towels or paper towels. This is where it becomes insidious, that there's actually a machine making purchases for you, using your credit card information to make purchases from some supplier out there. And this can happen even when you don't mean for it to happen. There was a story about a kid who had ordered a toy on Toys R Us through one of these, like, I'm not sure if it was the Alexa or if it was something else, but ordered a toy online without even realizing they had done it. The parents paid for this thing on their credit card because the credit card information is plugged into the machine. So the machine just automatically orders this item. This is dangerous. Not to mention the fact that there is a microphone built into this thing that's always on in your home that can be listening to every single conversation that you have in your home and logging it. And who knows who's listening in? They tell you nobody is, but do you know that for sure?
Well, it's just another way to get into your life, isn't it?
There's another microphone that no one realizes can do exactly the same thing.
That's true. I never thought about that. And I have a microphone built into my computer here.
Yeah.
Good thing that there's no juicy conversations happening in my. Honey, what's for dinner?
We'll be bringing the package to the location green. What? Did you just say that out loud? Oh my God. Fake caller, fake news, hashtag.
We'll have to do, Shane. Remember what we used to do? This is years ago. We used to get into an elevator or we'd be standing in an elevator, and then we get up to another floor, and some more people would get in, and then we continue on the elevator, and you'd lean over to me and say, "What'd you do with the body?"
Yeah, I have vague memories of that. How many times did you stab it? Which blade did you use? There's very much I don't like the fact that there is probably people hacking us as we speak in all kinds of ways. But unless I guess if it really, I don't know, if a crime is committed, then I might want to know about it. But I subscribe to a couple of different list services that actually track this kind of thing. So,
let me ask you this, Shane. Speaking about internet security and all that kind of stuff and hackers and all that, exactly how effective is a virtual private network?
It's effective to about one hop. This is the thing about VPNs. VPNs, the encryption is with you until you leave wherever the VPN point is. So if you say, I would like to, I want to appear as though I'm from the United or the UK. That's great. The encryption is with you. But as soon as you leave that point, they can't guarantee the encryption is going to work after their network. The same happens with the Tor network. Same happens with. I mean, here the problem is that the routing, the way that routing works, and different sort of things that go on. You're really only protecting yourself between you and your VPN provider. If you have your own VPN system, you can make it a little more secure because you can actually do a few more sort of security related things. I mean, I don't want to really nerd out that deeply, but the encryption, it does what it does. It protects you enough. I mean, people always talk about if you're somewhere like at a public cafe, you need to be using your VPN. But what they don't tell you is that the VPN's protecting you, yes, from the people in the cafe. But outside of that, I mean, it's not really protecting you from much. The thing it protects you from, sort of within your ISP's network, it protects you from some things there, but not everything. So yeah, I mean, it's a technology that it works, but it doesn't. I mean, I use for texting, which I try not to do. I try to stay away from texting as much as I can, but I use a product called Signal, which is an encrypted SMS system. But of course, people on both sides have to be using it. I use WhatsApp, which has the Signal system built into it. But the type of encryption that it uses, the technology behind it. So, but I use that just for the encryption part. But again, it's encrypting between fixed points. Me, the service, and whoever I'm talking to. Same thing with like Google Hangouts, which, by the way, this just today, Google Chat just was released, which is sort of the next generation of Hangouts, featuring additional encryption and all kinds of things. But again, those are predictable. You know where you're going, you know who you're talking to, and they know who they're talking to. The only weak point in theory could be the service itself. But VPNs, they're touted as being the way that security should be for the internet, which to a certain degree, yes, VPNs are not a terrible thing, but they don't do exactly what people think they do, at least not in the way they think it does it. So I want to protect myself from spying eyes. Great, not a problem. But there's definitely things in between that could be compromised that you would never know about. Is the encryption solid? Yeah, so you're probably okay. Is the encryption solid everywhere?
Right.
Not all the time.
Okay.
Texting, if it's not encrypted, is completely open. And even if it is protected to a certain degree,
so not foolproof is what you're saying.
Yeah, the entire system is flawed because we are applying technology to it where there's a lot of these systems have been around a hell of a lot longer.
Alien technology.
There are people that believe so.
We got to use the alien technology.
So anyway, ultimately, yeah.
Okay.
You want to use it, go ahead. It's not going to protect you 100%, and you may as well just stick earbuds up your nose.
Okay. All right. So I missed a lot. I apologize for that. Let's get back to the beer for a minute. You guys may have already covered some of this stuff, but what I was saying when I think I lost my internet completely was that I really enjoy on the bottle here how it lists the types of hops and malts.
Oh yeah,
that
that
it
was actually where you
used.
dropped out because I was looking for it. I don't know where you were looking.
It
Oh,
is
it's right there in front of my face.
And what is interesting is the yeast. The icon next to it is a Pac-Man.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. I really like that. That's really good. So what did you guys think of this beer?
Dave?
I like it. It sounds like I like it a little more than Shane does. I'm not sure Shane's a monster fan of this one. But I quite like it. It's a little bit sweeter, which I don't mind. We both agreed the cherry is definitely there, which is cool because I was kind of expecting, our usual result, which is cherry. Where's that kind of thing?
Mm-hmm.
But it's definitely there. Very noticeable. I was actually saying that it's got a cherry look to it.
Mm-hmm.
By that, I mean, this is
like
what
a cherry cola.
Yeah, exactly. A cherry soda. If I was to grab one of those, it would look the same. It would pour the same.
Mm.
And I think it's because Shane, you mentioned that it's more carbonated than
it's got a higher.
usually like.
This might just be the batch, but it's definitely higher. There's a higher carbonation tingle to it. So yeah, I mean it's nothing terribly shocking, but it is surprising that in this style of beer, that is what that we're seeing. So.
But what did you think of it, Shane?
I liked it.
Oh, I like it. I think it's great. I just was talking. The only critical thing I had to say was that the carbonation was a little bit higher than I was expecting. But overall, I gotta say it's not a terrible beer. It's quite flavorful, and it is it's good.
I quite like it.
Here.
It's sweet. I love that. I mean that's typical for a porter. I love that I can taste the cherry. Like Dave says, so many times we've tried beers like this and that are advertised to have a particular flavor, and it's just not noticeable. This one, it is noticeable, but it's not overpowering or anything like that. I mean, you have to look for it. I don't know that if this wasn't advertised as cherry, if I would notice the flavor. But I notice it because it says it on the label. This is a limited release, so I mean, it's not going to be around for very long. And I'm really liking it. It's a nice addition from Parallel 49. Like Dave says, the label is probably not their best work, but we buy the beer for the beer, not the label, right?
That's true.
Really?
Really?
I don't think Dave is a believer, but
no, it's true. Labels,
Well, I mean, the labels can certainly attract the eye to a beer. If you're like, say, at Cascadia and you're looking at the beer wall, I mean, there could be like dozens of choices there, and
oh yeah,
you're looking at maybe even over 100 choices, and you're scanning the wall and you're looking for something that's just going to catch your eye, and that's where the marketing plays in. If you're looking at a bunch of beers on a wall, boom, this label really caught my eye. And that's where the beauty of having a good label works in. Now, this beer, had I seen this on the beer wall, I didn't get this at Cascadia, I got this somewhere else, would not catch my eye.
No, it's not a standout.
No.
Having said that, I did notice it. I guess because they had, when I first noticed it, before I mentioned it to you guys, they had a fair bit. When I went back to get it, they did not. I was fortunate. They had a few bottles, but it was much less than half of their original stock that had been on the shelf. So fairly popular, I'm thinking.
Yeah, I went to go buy this at Liquor Plus, and the reason for that is Liquor Plus, thank heavens, has a website that lists their stock of various beers at their locations. So while I like going to Cascadia doesn't have that feature on their website. I'm looking at you, Cascadia. Get that feature. Liquor Plus had this particular beer for sale last week when we did the show last week at every single one of their locations here in Victoria. And I'm thinking, oh yeah, it'll be easy to get. I can just go to the one down the street and pick it up there. You know, no rush. So yesterday I went to go and look at all the Liquor Plus locations. It was only available still at 2 locations locally. And I had to go a little bit out of my way to get it. But I did get it. I did find it. So it's obviously very popular and good for them. Shane, did you have any problems finding it?
Nope. I went to my good old Brewery Creek place.
Mm-hmm.
And usually Brewery Creek is good because they have like nothing on their website about their stock, but they tend to stock a lot. There's a lot of weird beers there that I've never seen anywhere else. A lot of European stock that I've never ever heard of and I've never seen anywhere else. But
that makes me want to try, by the way. Sorry to derail that a bit, but that makes me want to try some of the European stuff. Because I can get some at Cascadia, but I've always shied away from that shit because I'm always thinking, well, I don't know that you would be able to get your hands on this stuff. So maybe we should try and
it would be worth checking out because, I mean, there's definitely some that would be worth it to check out.
Yeah.
Probably have some success in finding. But again, you know, whether we would, I mean, that's as anyone who's ever watched us knows, there's always issues here and there. But anyway, overall, I give it a thumbs up. It's definitely tastes similar to cherry. Yeah, I have nothing really terrible to say about it.
No, me neither. Cheers to Parallel 49 again.
Cheers to Parallel 49. I'm going to drink some more. So we've talked about all the stories. We had a bit of a rough start at the beginning, but overall, I think that it is time to maybe wrap it up.
All right.
I just want out of this episode. I don't want to die here. But yeah, overall, I give it a thumbs up. I mean, nothing is bad to say about it at all. Except that I'm sure Dave hates it. Oh, wait, we already said he likes it.
Yes, we've covered that thoroughly. Yeah. Disgusting. It is the devil's urine.
All right.
On that note, Alan, take us out.